we heard the Attorney General. Does that make sense to everyone now? We're back here because he thinks it's a crime, and we know it's a war. And we're back here in the spot where they declared war against us 16 years ago. And when they declared war with us, they were using bombs, and we answered with subpoenas. They attacked, and we indicted. And we brought them to that building where they could have a jury, a trial before a jury of their peers. And now they want to give Klalid Sheikh Mohammad a trial before a jury of his peers. When I look out at my fellow New Yorkers, I don't see Klalid Sheikh Mohammed's peers. I see Klalid Sheikh Mohammed's enemies. We're here because we don't want to go back to September 10th. And no one should dare tell New Yorkers that we're here because we're afraid of Klalid Sheikh Mohammad. There are people up here who before 9/11 were facing down terrorists when the people who are running this government now were pardoning terrorists.
Oh, I see.
There are people here who after 9/11
That's a good point.
were fighting terrorists.
That's a good point.
While the people who are running this government were at Guantanamo Bay representing terrorists. We're not here out of fear. We're here because we want justice. We want the rule of law.
A lot of people are going to get sick.
The Attorney General talks about the rule of law, but he doesn't seem to understand what the rule of law has always been in war crimes, in wartime. In wartime, the rule of law for terrorists and for enemies is war crimes trials before military commissions. It is not to wrap our enemies in our Bill of Rights. It's not to bring them to the majesty of the federal courthouse and clothe them in all the rights of the Americans that they're sworn to kill.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right.
The rule of law for wartime enemies has been military commissions since the beginning of this country. It was the right thing for George Washington. It was the right thing for Andrew Jackson. It was the right thing for Abraham Lincoln. It was the right thing for Franklin Delano Roosevelt. It's the right thing now. It's always been the right thing. It never won't be the right thing. A war is a war. A war is not a crime. And you don't bring your enemies to a courthouse. Come away from this with one thing today. The people who made this decision are not your rulers. The people who made this decision are your representatives. The Justice Department isn't Eric Holder. The American government isn't Barack Obama. The government and that courthouse belong to you. This decision doesn't have to stand, but we'll have to be strong to change it. And that means we have to light a fire under Congress, because guess what? They work for you too. Congress is the master of the jurisdiction of the federal court. If they don't want this trial to happen, if they vote against this trial happening, it can't happen. But they won't change unless they hear you. Are they going to hear you? Thank you so much for coming out under these conditions. It's an honor to be here with you. And let's get this changed.